This time I'll be opening proceedings. I'd like to talk about spontaneity in art and how sometimes pieces of art that are spontaneous seem to do so much better than things that people have slaved over and crafted for a few years, you know, which can be quite frustrating. I mean, for example, Mr. H, I did a video called Welcome to Lee.
Yeah.
Which is an affectionate jab at Lee, and I personally watched that video and I think it's absolute shit. It's got a lot of dead time in it. It's not particularly funny, but for some reason it did very well. At one point it went viral. And you just mentioned Ozzy Osbourne and the song Paranoid,
yeah,
which was a filler, wasn't it?
He wrote it was just meant for the bus, I think.
Yeah, you were saying he wrote on the buzz. And there's loads of examples of, from bands to writers, whatever. Excuse me, I'm belching. That's so unprofessional.
Spontaneous.
I see what you did there. I believe. Why is it? Do you think that because something's spontaneous?
I don't know.
It works a lot better than something that's been crafted and contrived.
I think there's chemistry involved with certain things. So, for example, you know, songs.
Yeah.
I think it just hits at the right time. The lyrics are catchy. You know?
Yeah.
And I think it's all about chemistry. When you're trying to work and slavishly work at something,
yeah,
I don't think that chemistry's.
I think it comes across. I mean,
yeah, subconsciously, you think it
sometimes
comes across.
You can do a gig as a comedian and material doesn't work, and they want spontaneity in the sense of taking piss out of whatever's in the room or whoever's in the room. And I've said things on stage which I don't think are particularly funny off the top of my head, and people have howled and laughed, and I've actually kept those lines because they were born on stage. But it is quite a strange phenomenon of how, and perhaps it's just a case of art works best when it's like automatic writing. You know, you feel me, the concept of automatic writing, where the
hand just into a flame.
You kind of become a conduit for some other force, and perhaps art of all descriptions kind of works better without when the subconscious just kind of takes over and the rational mind isn't there to filter out or criticise. You know.
Well, we've done it with these videos sometimes. I've put videos. We've made these videos, and we're making them sometimes, and you think this is going pot. There's a bit of dead air, and then you watch it back a couple of days later, and you think actually
it works better.
So I don't know whether as well the artist, the person who's doing the writing, whether they're their own worst critic. There's that to it again. I mean, how many times could you scrub something and say no, I'll try it again? You could be here all day.
It's a very strange phenomenon, I suppose. If you take it down to the fundamental level, it's about, you know, working with instinct and working, without sounding like a cliche, working from the heart, and because you're actually doing it without your mind censoring it or overshadowing it, that's why it works rather than forcing it. And like, it's weird how when you really want something, you seldom get it. You know what I mean? And even when you think you've got it, you've not got it. But like I said, something. It's bizarre, isn't it? I don't know what the phenomenon is, and
I think there's chemistry involved. There's certainly chemistry involved.
Yeah, I mean, with creativity. I mean, Keith Richards once said, he interviewed him, and he said, "How do you write songs?" And he said, "The songs all around the room. You just have to be a receptor for them." And I think that's the same from everything, from comedy to whatever. It's all around us, creativity, and it's a mystical force, isn't it? You know, the fact that we are creative beings. I'm not saying other animals can't be creative. I'm sure they can in their own ways, like with the ways of catching food or building homes for themselves.
Have you heard of the experiment where they had this guy at a festival, and he was doing this really weird dance?
Yeah.
And this bit was contrived where they had a second person got up and did this same stupid dance, and before you knew where it was, everybody had done it. Well, I think there's that with the you know, somebody says, hey, this is a good video, this is a good song. Somebody else says, hey, yeah, it's a good, and it builds. That's what makes it snowball, I think. You know, where it goes viral. Yeah,
it's definitely a strange one, but I think we'll leave it there. But to creativity, if you're gonna do it, yeah, what makes it? But if you're gonna do it, try not to. Don't, as Nike said, just do it. Don't think about it too much. As Bruce Lee once said, don't think, feel. And with too many endings there, but fuck it. I'm going being creative.